Keely Shea Smith is always known as Pierce Brosnan's wife. No one is aware that she is as successful as her husband. When she gained weight, she instantly became the center of ridicule. Being the real-life Bond girl, everybody expects her to be perfect, but that's just impossible. In this video, let's find out the reasons Pierce fell deeply in love with Keely. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and tap the bell button so you won't miss any of our videos. Pierce Brosnan has had a remarkable career in Hollywood, starting with TV and stage. His career peaked when he played James Bond from 1995 to 2002, starring in 4 Bond movies that made the series hugely successful. Throughout his Hollywood journey, one constant in his life has been his wife, Keely Shea Smith. Their life together seemed like a fairy tale. However, things changed when Keely started gaining weight. Suddenly, Pierce's fans and the media criticized her for not having the perfect figure anymore. The internet and gossip magazines were filled with comparison photos of Keely, showing her in bikinis from the 90s and later dressed differently due to her body changes. Whenever she posted pictures with her famous husband, people would leave hurtful comments about her body. That's when Pierce himself stepped in to defend his wife. He spoke warmly about his wife's curvier figure, emphasizing how her body had blessed them with 2 wonderful children. He made it clear he finds Keely beautiful and deserving of love, no matter her size. He also asked his fans to treat Keely kindly, recognizing her crucial support throughout his career, especially during tough times like the loss of his first wife, Cassandra. Looking into Pierce's early life, it might not seem like he was destined to become a great actor. His path to becoming one of the best actors in the industry was far from certain. Pierce Brosnan was born on May 16, 1953, in County Louth, Ireland. His parents were May Smith and Thomas Brosnan. He experienced early sadness when his father left him and May while Pierce was still a baby. When Pierce was 4 years old, May decided to move to London to work as a nurse, hoping for better opportunities despite financial difficulties. May had a lot to handle: the emotional pain of Thomas leaving, the challenges of a new job, and the responsibility of raising a young child. That's when Pierce's grandparents stepped in to take care of him. During his early years, Pierce moved around frequently. After his grandparents passed away, he didn't have anyone left to care for him. In interviews, he talked about how financially tough things were during his childhood. Later, as his living arrangements changed, he stayed with his aunt and then his uncle. Eventually, he attended boarding school while his mother worked hard in London to provide him with a better life. He has also discussed the challenges his mother faced as a single parent in the 1950s. Being an Irish Catholic woman in the 1950s, Pierce's mother faced societal judgment for raising him without marrying his father. This led her to keep some distance from Pierce to protect him from everyone's criticism. He admires his mother's bravery in leaving Ireland to work as a nurse in England, hoping for a better life for both of them. Meanwhile, his father never reached out to him as a child. Pierce finally met his dad when he turned 31. They had tea together in public, but Pierce struggled to explain how much his father's absence had hurt him. It was their only meeting. Afterward, his dad left on a bus and never came back. Before Pierce became an actor, his life was unstable. In August 1964, at age 11, he moved from Ireland to join his mother and her new husband in Scotland. Although he didn't stay long, this move influenced his future. At 11, William took Pierce to see his first James Bond movie. Until then, acting wasn't on his mind. After moving to London from Scotland, he attended Elliott School in Putney. At the age of 16, Pierce found solace in leaving school to pursue painting. He studied commercial illustration at St. Martin's School of Art in London, which eventually led him to Drama Centre London, where he spent 3 years training as an actor. After finishing acting school and taking on small roles, Pierce met Cassandra Harris, an Australian actress who caught his eye immediately. It was clear to Pierce that he wanted a future with Cassandra. They began dating, bought a house in Wimbledon in 1980, and later married. Pierce also became a father figure to Cassandra's children from her previous marriage. He cherished being with his children when he came home each day. Together, Pierce and Cassandra had a son named Sean. In 1983, their marriage was happy, But their careers faced challenges. They struggled to find success in acting in London, with Pierce taking roles in West End plays, films, and TV shows to pay the bills. They were determined to build a life together in the city, despite the limited acting opportunities. During this time, Pierce played small roles. Their fortunes changed when Cassandra landed a significant role as a Bond girl in the movie For Your Eyes Only. Moving to Southern California became necessary, so they got a bank loan and made the move. Once in Los Angeles, Pierce got his first audition away from home. He rented an old lime green car for $50 a week to get there. Unfortunately, the car broke down on the way, leaving him stranded. Undeterred and new to the country, Pierce decided to walk to his audition. He ended up walking through the beautiful hills of Laurel Canyon, not far from Hollywood. Dressed in his best suit, that walk turned out to be life-changing. Pierce auditioned for and landed the lead role in Remington Steele, a popular romantic comedy detective series in the 1980s. The show aired on NBC and became a hit in the United States and abroad. Almost overnight, Pierce became a big star. With his new fame, the Washington Post speculated that Pierce could potentially become the next James Bond, especially since Cassandra was already part of the Bond movies. Looking at Pierce in his black suit and bow tie on Remington Steele, many felt he had the charm and style suited for 007. Playing Remington Steele made Pierce a star, and he landed big Hollywood roles, leaving his financial worries behind. But his life took a heartbreaking turn while filming in India in 1987. Cassandra was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Pierce shifted his focus entirely to caring for her, but she passed away on December 28, 1991. In the years that followed, he openly struggled with his grief. Despite living a fulfilling life, Cassandra had one wish that remained unfulfilled: to see Pierce play James Bond. Pierce had a chance to become James Bond when he met the producer Albert Broccoli on the set of For Your Eyes Only. Albert was impressed with Pierce and said he could be the next Bond if he could act well. In 1986, NBC canceled Pierce's show Remington Steele. He was offered the Bond role, but when the news leaked, the show's ratings shot up and NBC had to renew it. Because of his contract, Pierce had to return to the show instead of becoming Bond. Timothy Dalton then got the role and starred in 2 Bond movies. The Bond movies hit a legal problem in 1991, and Timothy left. Finally, in 1994, he got the Bond role after years of trying. But even with this success, he felt something was missing and struggled to find happiness. It was fortunate that Pierce met American journalist Keely Shea Smith. She filled a void in his life and inspired him to deliver outstanding performances in subsequent Bond movies. Keely Shea Smith isn't just known as Pierce Brosnan's wife. Before she met Pierce, she had a successful career of her own. Keely first got noticed in a music video for Huey Lewis and the News song Stuck With You in 1986. The song became a hit, and Keely's appearance helped her land a role on the TV show General Hospital in 1990. However, her true passion was journalism. She became an environment reporter for ABC, where she worked for 6 years. During this time, she received awards and recognitions for her work, raising awareness about animal and environmental issues. Her career achievements have been praised by many groups and magazines focused on women in film, protecting the environment, and healthy living. After meeting Pierce, Keely started making TV shows. She created and hosted a gardening show. It wasn't super popular, but Keely loved doing it while supporting Pierce in his acting career. He encouraged her to follow her passion. She then made a documentary called Poisoning Paradise in 2017. The film is about how genetically modified crops and pesticides harm Hawaiian communities and won awards for its message and research. Both Keely and Pierce care a lot about animals and the environment. They support charities and protest against projects like a salt factory in Mexico. They also use their money to fund eco-friendly projects. Pierce speaks out for clean energy and less use of coal and oil, which sometimes upsets his conservative fans. Pierce Brosnan and Keely Shea Smith, a beloved couple in Hollywood, first met in 1994 while Keely was in Mexico for her TV work. She wasn't expecting to find love, but Pierce's charm and his lively eyes caught her attention. Pierce, who was still grieving for his late wife, was surprised by how much Keely changed his life. Their first date was perfect, and they quickly felt a strong connection. Despite their busy schedules, they managed to keep their relationship going, with Pierce even sending Keely plane tickets so she could join him during his movie shoots. 3 years later, they had their first child, Dylan, and then another son named Paris. The toughest part for Keely has been dealing with hurtful comments from critics. Recently, she has amazed everyone with significant weight loss, proving her critics wrong and bringing more happiness into their lives. Keely has made a remarkable change in her appearance. Back in 2006, she talked about not hiding her body shape despite facing criticism online. Fans have noticed that by 2024, she looks slimmer in her photos and wears more revealing outfits. She seems focused on getting back the figure that got her noticed in fashion and music videos. Even though she's moved on from her Hollywood days, Keely's effort to stay fit matches her husband Pierce's appreciation for her. Their recent public appearances together, where Keely looks stunning in stylish outfits, have shown their strong bond and enduring love. And that's the beautiful story of Pierce Brosnan and Keely Shea Smith. If you're enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification button to stay updated.